James and Tammy. So this is a whole video talking about puppies and deposits and when they can go home and how you might take money. It's a pretty lot. It was actually part of a Q&A on the last one we did, but it was pretty obvious that it needed to be handled in a lot more detail. So we thought we'd just do a video on just that. So this is we're going to tell you what we do.
Oh my gosh!
Why we do it.
Five bicycles on a car and the Discovery. Looky there.
Yeah.
That's just like the one we ordered.
Yeah,
the color.
So this is all about why we do what we do, what the pitfalls are, what the downside, what the upside is. So you've got a litter of puppies, and somebody would like a puppy from you. So the first thing that's going to happen is there are going to be people out there who maybe want to put a deposit down on a puppy that's not even been born yet. Or maybe they want to put a deposit down on a puppy that hasn't been born yet and they want first or second choice. So do we do that? The answer is no. So the first question is, why the heck don't we do that? Somebody wants to give you money, why would we not take it? Well, so there's a big problem in our minds about first choices, second choice on puppies. And the
first one that you mentioned, where they give you a deposit before the puppies are born.
Yes.
If you don't produce what they're wanting, what happens is they'll roll that on over to the next litter.
Well, that's all about the contract that you have with the person.
Right,
there's two ways you can handle it.
You gotta have a contract anyway.
Or at least a verbal one. It's understanding what you can do. I mean, there's two ways.
You want it written down.
I think so. There's two ways you could do this. You can either say, hey, we didn't produce what you want, we give you money back, or we didn't produce what you want, we'll roll the money forward towards another litter.
Sometimes you don't get the money back. You roll over to the next litter.
It all depends on what the terms and conditions are. Well, we don't do that. We don't do that.
No.
So here's the problem with somebody wanting first pick. The problem is always, we've run into this, the problem is always they don't want to take first pick when the puppies are first born. And I understand that.
Sometimes they want to take up to 2 weeks and you're like, no way.
Yeah, so the problem gets to be is until they've taken their first pick, nobody else can pick a puppy.
But I've seen it where they've done first, second, and third, and it's like...
It gets even more complicated.
First choice male or first choice female, second choice male, second choice female. It's a headache to me. I'm sorry.
Well,
There's some people that do it and do just fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
we don't. But the problem gets to be is the person who got first choice, there's somebody's waiting to get a puppy, and they can't choose any puppy at all until the first person's come up to the plate and said, I want puppy number 1, right? So therein lies the problem. So this is what we do. We don't do any first picks. We don't do any prior deposits. What we do is it's first come, first serve. When the puppies are born, we put videos up. And we don't know what the DNA is on the dog, but we have a darn good idea about what the DNA might be.
And it's like lilacs and blues are hard to tell what's what on there. Unless you know the DNA of your parents. If they're both lilac and tans,
yeah, you get
pretty well getting lilac and
But the
tans.
last litter that Chanel had
were blue and tans
there was
platinum.
one in there that was a platinum, but it could have been a blue covered in cream and carrot cocoa.
Right.
We didn't know.
And it was the understanding that the people said they didn't care what it was, we want the female. And so it was like, okay.
And that puppy got sold at like 5 days old?
No, less than that.
Okay,
it was like maybe 3, if not 2.
But there was an understanding on what the price would be, depending on it being
on blue and
a
tan
platinum
or a platinum covered in, or cream covered.
So there was 2
blue,
prices on that dog. It's this price if it's a platinum. It's a lesser price if it's not.
Yeah.
It turned out it was a platinum, so they got what they wanted. So it was easy. But the point here is that we don't take deposits. It's first come, first serve.
Yeah. And once you see that video and once you say that's the puppy I want, then that one's yours, and you send the deposit.
And you're locked in.
You're locked in.
Right. You're locked in.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. And
That
so
is
then
your puppy.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody else can try.
Nobody else can get that puppy. It's your puppy. So it means that with our puppies that you've got to be fairly quick because
our females go.
So that litter's a litter of, it's a small litter, 2 girls, 1 boy. The 2 girls are already spoken for. The boy, we've got 3 people looking at that boy. 2 of the 3 people are unfortunately going to be disappointed, but that's just the way that it is. Yeah. So the moment they put a deposit down,
AA, which is
it's a gorgeous little boy.
Very special.
He's a special boy.
He's blue, AA, carries cocoa, carries cream, and he is like so valuable as a little stud.
Yeah, but the point here is so look, do this the way that you feel comfortable. Just realize what the pitfalls are. If you're going to do first choice is, if you're going to do deposits beforehand, you know, you are obligating yourself where you may not want to be obligated because you may be holding everybody else up. I'm not saying don't do it, I'm just saying be aware of what the issues are. And if you are going to do first choices, then I would stipulate when the first choice has got to be made by. Because if you don't, they might make the first choice till the dog's 6 weeks old.
And remember, you're going to pay more for first choice.
Should.
Yeah,
you should. So we don't play that game either. It's like, here's the price we want for the dog. This is what we think the dog is worth. If you agree with that, come get the dog. And then
when it's 9.5 to 10 weeks, depending on how the puppy's traveling.
Yes, exactly. So we can be in situations where we've got a litter of, like this last litter of 10 puppies. Prices might be dropping as you get towards that 7-week mark, because it's a bit different with all the first puppies to go, typically they're girls, and then the latter puppies might go for a lower price, and that's exactly what happened with these 4 fluffies. Okay, so that's that part of it. So the next part about it is...
Hang on to it.
Yeah, the next part about this is payments. Let's talk about payments real quick. So you've got to be... Well, I think 2 things. Where is the transaction going to happen, and how are you going to get paid? So, there's only a few things that are completely safe in terms of, you know, that the money... You know, this is a two-way street here as a buyer and a seller. If you're taking money from somebody, cash is king. You know, we actually have a counting machine. If you're going to take a lot of money, I recommend you.
It also detects counterfeits.
Counterfeits. It's $100 on Amazon. I'll probably do a review. I'm going to do a review on that. It's been a great product. We have 120 volts in the car. You know,
you gotta have that.
Yeah, I hate doing transactions where you've got money to be counted out the middle.
In a parking lot.
In a parking lot, it just doesn't feel good. It feels like a drug deal.
You can meet in the police.
Well, that's the next thing. Yeah. I think that you've got to think about.
Look at the Ford. Ford.
Doing this in a safe place. Safe places are with lots of people. That would be like the entrance to a Walmart with your car, in a parking lot for a police station.
Anywhere that there's cameras.
The foyer of a bank. These are all good places.
Be safe.
Safe for both you and as a buyer and as a seller. Just don't, people, these dogs are expensive. If you've got a lot of cash on you, you can get held up. If you've got an expensive dog, you can be held up. Just be aware of that. 99% of the time, everything's fine.
Be smart about it.
It's that 1%. Just be careful about that. So, how do you take money? Well, look, if somebody's going to do a wire transfer to you, and you as the seller, you're completely safe. If somebody's going to give you a cashier's check, until that cashier's check has gone through the bank, or a regular check, you don't know whether it's forged or counterfeit. You don't know.
Yeah.
So just be careful. If you're doing PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, these things are all potentially reversible. So we've had problems with PayPal, and we just don't take large amounts of money on PayPal anymore. Just don't do it. Had too many problems with PayPal on those transactions. I mean, they still represent like less than 1%, but still.
Which end?
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's actually here. Actually, I think.
Yeah.
Thanks. Right. So, So just to reiterate on this, if you're going to do first picks, be aware of what the pitfalls are and set it up properly so that you can get this thing done in a timely manner. If you are going to take money from somebody, do it in a place, especially if it's cash, do it in a place that's safe. A parking lot with lots of people, a police station parking lot, a bank foyer, place where there's cameras, lots of people, those are all good places to do it. If you are taking money in the form of specifically PayPal, but probably Venmo, yes, possibly Venmo, just parking, so I'll take a few seconds pictures. Venmo, PayPal, Cash App,
I'm not real crazy.
Apple Pay. These things potentially could be reversible, so just do your due diligence on those, and just park it. And that's about it on a 9-minute video. So be safe, and if we can help, you've got something behind you.
They can get around me.
Okay, all right.
I'm fixing to pull in.
Bye, everybody.